Welcome friends! This is video number 6 of the decluttering challenge. I am trying to declutter 1001 things for my home in the month of December, and I did it. So now we're just going to see how far do I get by the end of this video. If you missed a video in this series, here's what you missed. Video 1 was all about me decluttering all of my existing donations that were already in my house and needing to get out. Video 2 was a kitchen and bathroom purge, so I just went through as many drawers as I could and pulled out all the donations in the garbage. Video 3 was my storage room, my family room downstairs, my garage a little bit on the landing there, and under the front steps, which is kind of like a storage area for us. Video 4 was all about me cleaning my toddler's room, who's just turned 4, and our room, as well as decluttering our clothes. And video 5 was going through the office, as well as tech that we have here that we needed to declutter, and any other little miscellaneous things. And this is video number 6. We are doing a digital declutter. I'm mostly going to be decluttering things that are on my phone, and so that includes things like emails, apps that I use on my phone, photos, like digital photos that I haven't printed, and the last one is like digital documents that are on like an online storage drive or those sorts of things. The like folder that's on the iPhone, that you know there's like a folder that you can save things through when you download things. I'm gonna go through that and try and just get rid of things. I'm just gonna spend 10 to 15 minutes in each area. Probably not the apps. The apps probably won't take that long, but the other areas will be about 10 to 15 minutes, and I'm bringing you with me. I'm not going to show you guys everything just because of confidentiality things, you know, I don't want you to see certain things, but I hope that it inspires you to do a little decluttering of your own, whether it's in your physical space or your digital space. There is a free workbook you guys can download. It's in the description down below, and in it is just a PDF, and it just has some ideas of all these different areas that I've already decluttered this month. And so if you are looking for something to declutter, maybe that could help. So you open up your email and just kind of go through it. Try to find things that are junk. Try to find spam stuff, you know. Then I want you to try to find at least 3 things to unsubscribe to. I feel like we subscribe to a million emails. It's like all the department stores and some of our influencers that we follow or big brands and things, and we don't always need all those things. Sometimes we just follow them so we can get a coupon and then we forget about it. But a few of them email like every day, if not multiple times a day, and that really adds up. Stop the inflow. And then the last thing for email is look at like old folders, if you have folders, or old categories. And if you don't have old categories, you can even just archive everything that's older than say a year ago, and that way it would just kind of like get those files out of your main email inbox and they're kind of out of the way, but you haven't gotten rid of them. And then maybe in the future you could delete them if you find that you don't need them. But hopefully a way you could kind of maintain this is by getting the important stuff out of your emails, so that no matter what, you always can delete your email or change your email address if needed. It is still a hassle. I need to do mine because I've got like tons of spam coming in, so I do need like a new email address. The hassle of changing it over for everything is just driving me nuts. But I need to start, because if I just started, that would just help to kind of clean things up a bit more, and then I wouldn't have as much spammy junk coming in. And yeah, once the important things like the kids' schools and my bank and all that kind of stuff, once those important things have my new email address, I don't really need my old email address like at all. Just let it go, dissolve it, bye bye. Anyways, that is something for the new year. I'm not doing that today. I'm just looking for people to unsubscribe from. I am looking for the junk. I'm looking for the spam, and I'm looking at things that are old that maybe I was collecting for whatever reason and now I don't need that. Let's just drop it, Jerry. My next category was email. No, email was the first category. My next category is apps that I use on my phone. I was hoping to find 5 apps that I could get rid of or delete, or even just offload off of my camera. My phone, not my camera. I'm staring at my camera. It's throwing me off. just wanted to get rid of a few of them, and I wasn't really sure which ones to get rid of, but I finally decided actually what I needed to do was get rid of the ones that are old, that I don't use anymore. So I did find a few. I had a photo app that I could get rid of. So here's one. It's called Tiny Beans. I am just going to delete the whole app. I've been holding off on that one because it had some photo things in it, but I'm just gonna let that go. I don't need it all. The next one that I can get rid of is, I never click on this one. It's just a bookmark on my home screen, so I'm gonna get rid of it. Those ones I feel like are important. I should keep those. App library, what do we got? I use those ones. I paid for this one and then I never used it, but maybe I would. That's probably a sign I need to let it go. Okay, delete that. Deleting that app. Okay, moving on. Kind of need those things. I've got 2 of these. Well, let's just delete one. I never use this. I can download it again if I need to, so letting that go. I need to delete this app because it is taking up so much of my time. That's another one you could delete, is ones that are taking up your time. Goodbye. It was fun, but it also had lots of ads that were like super long. That's so annoying to me. Get on there. Delete. And this one, all done with it. And I'm letting it go. Letting it go. I don't need it. Duo Kids, I never use on my phone, so we're going to delete that. Let's see, Evernote. This is just a screen bookmark thing. We're going to delete that. We don't need that one. And this one. How many is that so far? I don't even know. Okay, let's just quickly go through. Okay, this one I never used. Delete this. I don't use this because I never read a book, so Goodreads, deleting Goodreads. That we need. This, I'm going to delete this, so just remain in health unless you choose to delete it. Okay, fine. Heart and Bones, we're going to delete that. Hill Climb, we're deleting that off the phone. My kids play with it, but I don't. What else do we have? Jenny Rollins Yoga. I could probably delete that. I never use these bookmarks. That's just it. The problem is I overbought on courses and then I just can't keep up with them all. Let me delete this one. I bought something there too, but I have no idea what, and I'm just gonna let it go. Soak up. Delete that. Okay, that is definitely more than 5, so we're doing pretty good here. I'm not even done yet, so let's keep going down. I'm gonna delete Noom. What else do we have? My battery's running low. It's okay. We're still going. We're gonna make it. Down to the bottom here. I don't use this. It's for my other son. I play Roblox with my son sometimes, so I'm keeping that. Almost done, almost done. Let's get rid of the Spanish one. We don't use it. Don't need spinning babies anymore, so I'm not having a baby. What else can we get rid of? Positive Birth Company, which was great, but don't need it. Okay, we're getting there. We're gonna get there. We're almost done. Don't die on my phone or camera. Okay, good enough. So we found quite a few. I didn't even keep track, but I did record it on my phone, so I'll be able to know what it was. Okay, there is the apps. Okay, friends, so now we've come to the digital photo portion, and you and I both probably have many photos on our phones that are just overflowing. Like mine is close to 12 to 13,000 photos. This is like both the blessing and the curse of having a lot of storage space on your phone, is that all of a sudden now you have a lot of things to manage. So anyways, when we do photos, here's what I want you to remember. Start with photos from this month, and then you're going to work your way back every day or maybe every week. Just work on a month at a time, and eventually you'll get there. Trust me. And as you look at the photos from that 1 month, you're going to first try to look at the screenshots or photos that you took just for reference. Things like a schedule for a kids camp that's already, done and passed. You don't need that now, so we can let that go. If there are duplicates, like you were standing by a wall and took like 10 pictures. Okay, just determine which one you like the best, or maybe 2. You can let go of the rest. The rest were just practice, okay? In this day and age, we have digital photos, and we're sitting there taking 200 photos of the same people at the same event, and no one needs that many. We're not going to use them for anything. So decide which ones you would maybe hang on your walls or put into an actual album. And those are your keepers. The rest are just practice shots. You can totally let them go, okay? And this is where having a backup would be like a nice kind of thing, right? Like you could keep a few more because maybe your backup has more storage on it, but also just really consider, are you ever going to use them? Because chances are you won't. You might also want to consider getting rid of photos that are too light or too dark or very blurry, or if they're unflattering. Nobody wants an unflattering picture of themselves. So, some of them you're going to keep because they actually tell your story, which we're going to talk about in a minute. If there is an unknown person or thing, if you took the photo and you can't remember who that person is or what that thing is, you're probably never going to display them, and they can't be that meaningful if you've forgotten about them, so it's probably okay to let it go. And then photos that don't make you happy. Okay, hear me out. Maybe there's an ex, friend, or relationship. Maybe it only brings you a deep sadness. You have permission to let that go, or at least most of them. The only exception is for photos that you might keep that are like maybe not your most beautiful, or maybe they're not your most happiest, but they tell your life story. Okay, those are important. They're important to you. Keep those. But you don't need like a million of the sad ones or blurry ones, keep the ones that tell your story, let go of the rest. And then I was touching on it before, but back up your photos regularly, once a month or after an important event. What I would say is kind of like minimum. Just really depends on how many photos you take. And this can also help free up your phone, because then you have a copy somewhere else. So now you have even more permission to let go of the ones on your phone. If you do take a lot of screenshots or photos of books or papers for reference, first of all, I recommend doing like a scan documents kind of photo, You can do this in the Notes app on your phone. There's also like Evernote or Dropbox, Google Keep. Those all do that kind of same thing. And what happens is it scans it as a PDF instead of a photo, and then it takes way less storage space on your phone. So there's a cool hack for you. You may also want to keep a special album on your phone and name it To Be Printed. And then you can schedule a time to actually get them printed, whether that's once a month or even just once a year. Even if you only spend 2 minutes a day working on this, it will get done, okay? Just work on that 1 month at a time, work backwards, you'll get there, I promise you. Purging your photo album could be a little intimidating. Like I said, I'm staring at the total number of photos on my phone, which is sitting between 12,000 and 13,000. And I'm thinking there is no way I can make a dent here. But you got to trust the process, and you have to actually put in the work. And just look for those little fringe hours, fringe moments, if it's even if it's like a bathroom break, or before you go to bed for a few minutes, or when you first wake up, there's lots of little fringe moments where we're just kind of scrolling, doom scrolling. Replace that with going through your photo album and making it more manageable, and you will thank yourself later. You have got an online drive. I am sure most of you have that. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Some of you might not actually have that. But whether or not you have an online drive or real files or folders, then that is what we're going through for the last part of this video. So I've got my Google Chromebook here that I'm using to access my drive. I'm just going to go to my homepage, and I'm just going to have a look here and see what I have. So going to my drive. I think I'm going to sort it by type and look at the documents first, like the actual written docs, like Google Docs. Then I'm going to sort by the date that it was last modified by me, maybe last opened by me. Then we are just going to kind of go through and see what I can find to delete. Then I think I can click on the 3 dots. I can move it to my trash. Perfect. I think I maybe can find 50 documents. It sounds like a lot, but I've got like PDFs and stuff too. So far 2. Delete that one. That makes 3. I can delete this one. Actually, I can delete all of this stuff. So I have some stuff in here from like work stuff that I just do not need anymore. In 2020, I had like downloaded a few work things as like example stuff onto my drive so that I had something to kind of go off of, but I don't think I need it anymore. So I'm going to go to this folder, this whole folder, and click down. I can select multiples. This will be a lot. This will actually help free up a lot of space on my computer, on my thing. If you selected something that you didn't mean to select, you can hold Control and then click and it will unselect that thing. Oh my gosh, that gives me 56 already. And those are folders that actually have things in them. So that's cool. Starting with 56 things down the drain. Not down the drain, but the digital drain. And these are all, again, work files that I have at work. So I actually don't need them here. Deleting. Goodbye. And I know you guys can't see what I'm doing, but I didn't want to do a screen recording because some of it is confidential. So can't really do that. So just have to look at me for a little bit. Okay, here's an untitled document. I bet there is just nothing in this. Let's have a peek. I thought I could like look at it without opening it. I'm not seeing it though. So, okay, we'll just open it. Oh, there's a preview. Control-Alt-P is preview. Okay, cool. This might be harder than I thought. Almost to the bottom. This is, I actually have multiple Google Drives, you guys. So I'm just doing one today, but one is better than none. So at least doing that. I'm not sure if I can delete that. Let's just hang on to that for now. I don't know if I need these. Do I need these? Scroll up. Oh, is that the bottom? Yay, I made it to the bottom. Oh, that was actually really quickly. Good. You guys probably do not want to watch me do this forever. So just know, you know, look for those old files for the things that you don't need anymore. I definitely don't need this. That is all gone and done. Oh, that I actually do need. Hang on to that. That is a picture of me. I think that's pretty good, you guys. I hit my 50 like I was hoping for. Okay, so I was able to get rid of 65 things from my Google Drive. I'm down to 9.38 gigabytes out of the 15. So I was able to get rid of a whole gigabyte of space. So that helps for the new year. I hope this has inspired you to go through your emails and photos and apps and see what you can get rid of. Here's my grand totals. I counted them out. I had 345 emails that I got rid of. I have 3 or 4 email addresses, so it wasn't just one email address that it was coming from, but the one has a ridiculous amount of junk that comes into it like every day, so wasn't surprising. For apps and bookmarks that I save on my phone screen, my phone like home screen stuff, there was 27 of those. For photos, I found 248 to get rid of and 98 videos. And then for documents that were on like my Google Drive, I found 65. So the total just with today was 783. That's a lot. I'll put my grand total here on the screen because I can't remember off the top of my head and I don't have it in front of me, but let's celebrate. Woo! Okay, we are not going into 2025 with all of that stuff, and I feel so much lighter, you know, I think, and I've been having good discussions in the comment section. Thank you so much for leaving comments, and for friends who've talked to me in person. It has helped me to see that like decluttering is a muscle. It's absolutely a muscle. You have to work at it. You have to practice it every day, and it's a daily habit that you have to do. Definitely daily for like digital stuff. Like this stuff we should be going through like 2 minutes a day while you are just on a commute or on going to the bathroom. You know, we all sit there with our phones anyway, so might as well be doing something. My friend and I were actually talking about that, about how many screenshots she had. She's like, most of them are just garbage. Like, I don't need them. And so, you know, I was like, well, you should totally just, while you're in the bathroom, try and find 5 things to delete off of your phone. And it's a really good idea. So I need to put that into practice. It needs to become a little bit of a habit. It just would help to clean things up on a more regular basis, so it's not all weighing on you and all of a sudden you're out of storage and then you have to pay for more storage, or your home is just a mess and there's things falling on you and you're drowning in clutter. It just wouldn't be very much fun. I'm in a little bit of a goofy mood. I apologize, but I'm just excited. I'm excited that, for one, this decluttering challenge is over, and I'm sad about that, but I'm also excited that I made it through. I was able to do it all. I'm very excited about the number of things I was able to get rid of. Like, it's like mind-blowing. In the beginning, I was like, there is no way I'm reaching 1,000. Like, that sounds just like too ridiculous. It's one of those things in hindsight, if I could look back and be like, oh man, Jerry, you could totally do it. You could double that number. You could maybe even possibly triple that number. I could have really, if I would have gone through things a little bit more seriously, but this was my first go through, and it's always like peeling an onion. You know, that outer layer is the garbage, the trash, the easy to get rid of stuff. Then the next layer is a little bit more serious, and you keep going on and on until you get to the things that actually matter in your life. And those are the ones that you keep. I want you guys to know I'm not a minimalist. I don't think minimalism is practical. And so I'm not encouraging that you get rid of like everything. But I do think that we need to prioritize the things that are in our life and the things that actually help us. And that the other things are just things. One of the other things that my friend and I were talking about was how sometimes we hang on to an item because we think that it has sentimental value to us, but it really doesn't. And we really need to ask ourselves, why am I hanging on to this? I just think that we need to just really, really think about it, really ponder it, and to take it seriously. And just do what feels easy at first. And sometimes you'll come across something and you'll know, like, this really doesn't have very much sentimental value. You might not feel ready to declutter it yet, and that's okay. That's totally okay. But the more you address that thing, whatever it was, then the more you feel prepared. Like, I think your mind works in the back of your mind. I think your mind works in the back of your mind. I need to go to bed. Okay, it's not even that late. It's like 5:30. But okay, I need to get through this because I gotta go. But what I'm trying to say is, I think when you're decluttering, sometimes you're faced with these things, these decisions, and it's a lot of decisions that you have to make when you're decluttering. And it's hard to make those decisions right up front. And sometimes we need to just pause and step away from it and then come back to it again. And when you come back to it again, your mind will have been working in the background of like, do I need this? Do I really need this? And then when you come back to it again, you'll be a little bit more prepared to face it and to make that decision. And again, if it's not easy, then just pass it by, go on to the next thing, you know? And it might take longer to do it this way, but I think that it helps you process things in a more healthy way. And I think that's okay to take your time sometimes. There will be times in your life where you kind of have to rush through decisions for decluttering and for getting rid of stuff. And it's not as pleasant as being able to take your time, and you don't always have the luxury to take your time. But if you do, then sometimes that is the right way to go, because it creates a more permanent decision in your mind. You feel more at ease with it, I think. And so I think it's okay if you, whatever your decluttering challenge was this month, if you didn't reach that goal number, first of all, the month's not over, but if you are done with your challenge, then just know that it's okay. Anything you did is still better than doing nothing. And so just keep going and just keep trying, and you will get there. This is the last video in this decluttering challenge series. I really encourage you guys to check out the playlist, my decluttering playlist that I have. It has all of these videos in there. There's 7 of them total because the first one was kind of like a guideline and how I was gonna work out the rest of the month, what areas I was gonna work on and stuff like that. So there's 7 videos total to help inspire you to declutter things, as well as other decluttering videos that I have. And so check those out. And I wish you the best of luck in your decluttering journey. We will do this challenge again for sure in the spring. I wonder if I can do 2,000 things. I just did 2,000 things, but I wonder if I could do it again. You know what I mean? Because I did that easy layer. The easy layer is always like the biggest numbers, I think. But I wonder. Or maybe I'll do like a timed one, a time challenge. That might work too. Okay. Anyways, I gotta go, so you guys. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you enjoyed this. And if you want more of this beautiful action here and this encouragement, then please subscribe, join my family here on YouTube, my friends and family, and we will have a good time. I'll talk to you guys later.